Right guys, part 3. As you saw, I've done the terminus, so now I think I needed to have a link to the line, but not by railway. So what I've done is, if those of whom have watched the older updates, I used to have a car park in this section here, and that's what it's going to be again. I took the fencing out of here quite a while ago and scrapped some of it and bought some new bits to go on the platforms. So I've smoothed, or beginning to smooth all this out. All I've done is I've just put a nice sort of simple grass edging around it, which does look good. If you have a look from sort of a bit back here, you can see the sort of a bit of a shape coming towards it. So all I've done, I put a nice bit of Jarvis hedgerow there, which will actually run here to try and cover some of the beam, which I hate. All I've done is cut God knows how many matchsticks. It's took me a long while, and the most square ones you could find in the box. So what I've done is run all of those all the way down there. Here I'm going to do the Backman kiosk. I'm going to put here to make it look almost like a parking ticket booth. It'll be a single in and out piece here. Then it runs into a double road all the way down here. Then we've got like a little bit or little parking area for the Royal Mail people. Then it will eventually go around there. So I've just grassed a bit around there as well. And then obviously there'll be a sort of hedging or something there to cover the beam. So the plan for this area is to use these big stake nails, use the mesh I've got, and make a nice security fence rather than paying £8 a pack, which won't get me very far. And I don't really want to spend that sort of money on something I could probably make myself for just as cheap, or if not cheaper, it will be a lot cheaper. So just use these metal stakes, and then I'll get the mesh, lay up against it, get some metal slick ties, go around the outside, and I'll go all the way up along there to the point for now. So hopefully that will look very good. And obviously I have the kiosk. What we'll use is the 10 Commandments self-adhesive lines, which you get in a pack. So I'll buy a few of those, and I'll set the parking spaces at angles all the way down. So you have the main car park. On this bit here, there's going to be another Hornby footbridge and a little ramp to link these two. Here there'll be a little 20-minute parking area like you see at some places like Ipswich. On there's one. And then what I was thinking about here, maybe like make a bus service or something like that, so the passengers who wish to travel by that can get in and out very easily. So that's this area. It's coming on very slowly. What I'll do now is I'll just take you around here. You can have a bit of a look at the railway, this station from a different angle. So it's coming on very slowly. Onto this bit. This idea, putting grass here, was by Ross Mason when he came round a couple of Fridays ago. We just wanted to sort of make this area a little bit less sort of bored. So he put some static grass down, and then I attached some Jarvis hedgerow on the edges to act as a bit of a border. And you see it does cover the beam quite nicely. You see this shot of the station there. So there's that bit. And then we, a few Fridays before that, we static grassed all around here and sort of put a fence in there to separate. And then you obviously weathered all of that with the grass and the cabin. And then we have now a woodland, which is something a bit different for us. Again, this was Ross's idea. The trees that were all along here now belong here, so they've got a new home and a hut there as well. The idea of this was to try and rather than having a bit of a mixed area like I did there, this was to sort of add a bit of a realism and a bit of separation, so you'll lose the train and then it'll reappear. If you're on the other side, you'll lose it, reappear. You do see loops like this at Ely, where it disappears into sort of an area of woodland. So we'll do that. And speaking of Ely, we're going to have an Ely Potters yard. For those who know Ely, the yard that's outside, which it does mineral deposits, used to do timber, so that's what this is going to be. So as you see, I've got the coalfish wagons and the MFAs. So what I'll do here, like we did with the TMD, board across here to Artex, all the way up, over there at an angle all the way up, JVS brick rolling, straight on the edge, and then obviously in between there I'll put a bit as well. There'll be some nice ballasting. And I've got the sand tipper there already. So it can fit about 11 to 13 wagons in there. So I'll go into a bit more detail on that, so I'll treat everyone to a part 4 as well. Apologies for the keep having to stop, but it is a bit of a pain, but I don't want to have to video this for a 3rd time. So thanks again for watching, and I'll bring you a little bit more detail on this area in part 4. So hope you enjoyed this one, and I shall see you next time. Thanks again for watching.